that I don't care is because everybody has an opinion, number one. Number two, I get paid for mine. Number three, and most importantly, it's my opinion based on the facts as presented. I'm not getting personal. I'm not deriding or denigrating anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it when asked or when it's part of my job.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and I feel like he deserved a win.
From fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
Stephen A. Smith says in his opinion, Manny Pacquiao clearly did enough to win against Mario Barrios. He calls out the judges for what he sees as a robbery and says everyone has their own opinions, but this one just doesn't sit right with him because Pacquiao outperformed Barrios. As Bobby Pacquiao agrees, saying he's surprised by the outcome and questions what the judges saw to call it a draw. While he believes Manny did more than enough, he adds that they have no choice but to accept the decision even if it feels unfair.
Why do you think the judges saw it the other way for the draw?
I'm long time. I'm a fighter also. I'm a fighter. 14 years in the ring, or 13 years in the ring. But I know the score. You know the score. So many judges, but I'm surprised that the decision is like that. I'm surprised, but anyway, the judges and decision is now. Let's accept. I really accept that decision.
Do you want to see your brother keep fighting?
Right now, just focus with family.
In a post-fight interview, rising star Kermel Moughton shared his thoughts on the controversial outcome of Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Moughton confidently said he actually thought Manny won the fight, but acknowledged that the judges ruled it a draw. His comment reflects the growing divide between fan opinion and official scoring. Moughton also hinted that a rematch may not happen, which adds disappointment to an already frustrating situation. Given Manny's age and Barrios' status as a current champion, the decision not only shocked fans, but also closed the door on what could have been an iconic comeback story.
Pro boxing fans here with Kamel Moten. Kamel, just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and much respect to Barrios as well. It takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and I feel like he deserved a win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at a draw either.
Do you want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see. And
Kamel on the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. And so yeah, that would be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in there tonight?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've had a lot of very skilled fighters.
Expectations were always going to be difficult to manage for a 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao. People often forget how time changes a fighter's speed, reflexes, and power. Despite no longer being in his prime, Manny performed at a surprisingly high level.
Pacquiao last night was not a great fighter in his prime. He was a great fighter who was just a good fighter, who was still a better fighter than the world champion at the time. He was so great in his prime that when he came down levels to being good, he's still better than the good ones. He's still the goodest. That's what you saw, and the fact that when he was fighting in his era, his rivals were also watching that car go by every 3 or 4 months, 2 times a year at 200 miles an hour and catching more glimpses of it. But these young fighters, they ain't been watching that, bro. Even if they're watching it, they're not living it. They're not studying it. They're worried about their contemporaries and rivals. So for him, this was like, what is going on? The amount of adjustments that he needed to make, the southpaw, the in and out, the awkward angles, the underneath right jab, like all of this shit is like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And that was a lesson for a young fighter that really he had a privilege to learn. He got a gift last night. Barrios will be better from this fight forward than he would ever have been without it. Let me tell you that. This is what happens when you have a phenomenal, unique, absolute anomaly in the sport. That's what Pacquiao is. That's what he proved last night. I'm always the guy who decries when someone is robbed and when the fighter who should have his hand raised doesn't get it raised. And it's a crime to me to steal these from fighters and their trajectory and their potential earning power. So I'm always like, the judges need to get it right in every scenario.
His ring IQ, footwork, and heart carried him through each round, showing flashes of the legendary fighter who once ruled multiple divisions. Fans and analysts praised his ability to control moments in the fight, even against a much younger opponent. While no one expected a prime Pacquiao performance, he showed more than enough to earn respect. The online boxing community erupted with outrage after the decision, and one of the loudest voices was at BKS Secrets Ports on X. His post went viral as he claimed that Manny Pacquiao was robbed and had completely outboxed Barrios. Fans quickly rallied behind his statement, sharing similar frustrations over what they saw as a biased result. One fan said, "Pacquiao just got robbed. Wow, he completely dominated Barrios." Barrios didn't impact this fight whatsoever. Pac threw better combos, entertained the crowd more, and was a complete better fighter tonight. Super rigged, Manny outboxed Barrios in the worst way possible. Are we serious? Despite debates around power shots and punch output, there's one fact fans kept repeating. Manny looked like he did more than Barrios throughout the fight. While critics pointed out that Manny didn't go for the knockout or press harder in later rounds, the performance was still far from passive. He moved better, landed more impactful combinations, and dictated the pace for most of the match. It puzzled many as to why Barrios was credited equally on the scorecards. Even if Manny didn't give his absolute best due to age or strategy, he still appeared to outperform Barrios round after round.
Right, and
Okay.
then to 114.
I thought Manny won.
Fight. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round I gave it to Barrios, but the last
But
5
still,
rounds,
yeah,
the 12,
I had the same way.
It was Manny Pacquiao. I thought Barrios was gonna take it, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
Great job by Manny Pacquiao. He's 46 years old.
4 years old, 46. Look,
Yeah, I mean,
and you know boxing, so people can't say that you're biased or you're just a straight.
I think he did great. I mean,
I think
for
he
his
won.
age, you know.
Regardless.
It's not the Manny that we used to know, but you know.
All right.
Thank God he didn't lose.
No, he didn't lose.
Yes.
It was close to Jeff Horn. He didn't lose. Bradley won. He didn't lose. And tonight he didn't lose.
Yes.
Another angry fan didn't hold back in his reaction to the scoring. His frustration echoed the sentiments of thousands watching around the world who felt the decision was completely unjustified. He took to social media with a blunt and furious post. He said the judges in Las Vegas are on drugs. Maybe they were paid under the table. Manny Pacquiao dominated the fight against Barrios. He won 11 out of 12 rounds easily, if not every single round. What a disgrace. Looking at the fight round by round, many analysts agreed that Manny clearly won at least 6 rounds. He began landing clean shots using his trademark speed and setting up combos that excited the crowd. Even Barrios admitted post-fight that Pacquiao is still an incredible fighter with surprising punching power. What frustrated fans the most was how close the scorecards were. If just one more round had been awarded to Manny, he would have walked away with a victory.
Have to face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds, and so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant all he needed was one more round, in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, you know, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey, man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's like trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up, or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low, and like even the ref had to be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming. You just look at him and you're like, I can't get mad at him. But Barrios comes down that 10th, has some really good body work. And you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios, he has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better of it. It kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit. It just looked like he didn't have, because I think it's just at 46. I just don't think he has those combinations in him the same way. Super entertaining. Had the time of my life watching him because he didn't embarrass himself. And I know a lot of people, I think the vast majority of people think that he won. I think the reaction to everybody was like, Barrios, you couldn't mess with a 46-year-old like Manny. They always say like, oh, you got to beat the champ. It's a stupid thing. I hate that, but people believe in that. Oh, you got to take the belt. I think a lot of people thought of like, hey, you got to annihilate a 46-year-old or the 46-year-old should win.
Before stepping back into the ring, Manny faced a lot of concern from fans and boxing insiders alike. Many warned him about the dangers of fighting at such an advanced age, especially against a younger opponent with more recent activity. But Pacquiao proved them wrong. He not only lasted all rounds, but he looked sharp and alert throughout. His footwork held up, his conditioning impressed, and his ability to time punches remained intact. Instead of becoming a sad farewell fight, it became a moment of redemption for Manny's legacy, showing he still belongs in the conversation among active elites.
Guys, I'm going to try and articulate what I've just seen to you, but it's really, really hard because when something defies logic and something defies what you were expecting, going into this fight, I was more worried about Manny Pacquiao's health rather than whether or not I thought he could win this fight. So to watch it and watch something quite incredible, I'm really going to struggle through this video. I've got a couple of interesting things to say. I've got a few insights to give to you. But the number one thing people that are clicking on this video who haven't seen the fight will probably be thinking is, was this legitimately a draw? And I'm going to try and answer that question for you in this video. Hello everyone and welcome back to A Guy Called Henry. This is my instant reaction to Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So please smash a like on this video, subscribe to A Guy Called Henry if you're new, and get your comment in the comment section below. Do you think that Pacquiao won this fight? And what do you think he should do next? Guys, I cannot believe what I've just seen. I'm absolutely blown away. I'm so impressed. Manny Pacquiao at 46 years old had come back in the ring, and he would have broken the record as the oldest champion of all time, I believe. He would have broken his own record at the very least as the oldest welterweight champion of all time. And coming into this, I suspected that he had absolutely no chance. I thought after the Rukia Ampo fight that I saw, after the fact that he lost 4 years ago, I think it was, to Dennis Ugas, who Barrios had beaten, I don't think there was any chance of him winning this fight. But sometimes there's people out there that just defy everything you think and know. And I thought this fight was a gimmick. I thought this fight was a joke. And I can understand why people will question the credibility, the legitimacy of this result, because it is that mind-blowing. But go and watch this fight for yourself. See it with your own eyes. Manny Pacquiao was very good in there. He was very good in there. Is he the prime Pacquiao of old? No, because prime Pacquiao of old would have absolutely destroyed Barrios tonight. But Manny Pacquiao legitimately did well in that fight. Do I agree with the scorecard? I'm going to let you know what my scorecard was at the end of this video, but just talking in terms of what was happening in there, it was an interesting fight where Barrios was trying to use straight punches to keep Manny at bay, and he tried to counterpunch Manny. Manny would do his classic lunging in that he'd always do, and as he'd land those shots or hit the guard, Barrios would look to counter him immediately with straight shots. He'd also throw hooks to the body of Manny and straights to the body of Manny. Manny used a few veteran tactics in there to try and navigate those difficult rounds. He'd say, oh, it's a bit low, it's a bit low.
Former champion Fernando Vargas spoke honestly about Manny's performance. He admitted that Pacquiao obviously didn't look like he was in his prime, but praised his effort and spirit. Vargas noted that Manny gave a lot inside the ring and left everything he had. While the official decision wasn't satisfying, Vargas believed that fans appreciated the chance to watch Manny perform again.
How should I like the decision? I don't know. Do you think it was a draw? I thought it was a draw. You thought it was a draw? Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Keith bet on a draw, so he thought it was a draw too. Who thought? Thurman. Yeah, I thought it was a draw. Why did you think it was a draw? Because it went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Did you like what you saw from Manny Senior? Did you like how he fought? Who? Senior. Sorry, Manny. Oh yeah, definitely great. He's winning. You can tell that he's not 100% like he used to be, because it showed that he was that as quick as it was, you know what I mean? So, it was, I mean, Manny did his thing, though.
But I think Pacquiao still put on, man. You saw, whether you're a Filipino, Mexican, you saw boxing, and I think that's what boxing is missing. You know, just the heart. You know, you see flashbacks of Pacquiao, Barrera. I liked it. The fans were good.
Did you think it was a draw?
I didn't.
You didn't. Who you thought won?
I thought Barrios won. I'm gonna be honest.
Wow, yeah.
I thought he edged it out because you gotta like legitimately beat the champ to, you know what I'm saying? And he was fighting for the belt. So, you know, my respects to Manny. I mean, he's 47 years old, and it's like for what he's doing and how he looked. I mean, I take my hat off to him.
Boxing insiders, journalists, and retired professionals across social media voiced disappointment in the decision. The consensus among many was that Pacquiao had actually won more rounds than the judges awarded. Analysts broke down the fight frame by frame, showing that Manny's clean shots and control of the pace gave him a real advantage. The dissatisfaction wasn't just among casual fans. It stretched across respected names in the sport. Many feel that judging needs reform, especially when public scoring differs so drastically from the official result.
Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios fight to a majority draw. The one judge gave it in favor of Barrios, 115-113. My thoughts on this one: I thought Pacquiao did enough. I thought he did enough. Pacquiao did a good amount of work leading up, and it looked like going into those final 3 rounds, 10, 11, 12, Pacquiao had a good lead. Barrios needed the final 3 to be able to make a draw in this fight. The judges thought he did that. I personally didn't. Now, I'm not gonna lie, before the final round, I checked the live odds of Manny Pacquiao, and he was a massive favorite to win this fight. Now, I think that there's a slight robbery here. The fans thought so too. And let's not lie, Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. He is 46. So first, for him to step in there and go the distance with the champion of his old division is so impressive. I don't care what you think of Barrios. Manny Pacquiao is a warrior for stepping in there tonight. 46 years old, and he takes the champion to a majority draw in a fight where many will say that he did enough to get that nod. I think I would love to see him maybe try it again. I think Pacquiao deserved the win here. What do we think? Thoughts on the fight?
Boxing experts openly criticized the result, calling it unfair. Many felt Pacquiao deserved the win and a chance to make history at 46. They argued the judging didn't reflect what truly happened in the ring and urged for urgent reform in how championship bouts are evaluated at the elite level. Across social platforms, fans voiced anger over the draw. They believed Pacquiao outclassed Barrios, especially considering his age. Many were frustrated with Barrios' lack of aggression, saying he failed to challenge Manny and missed his moment to prove he belonged. The draw left fans questioning the sport's credibility again.
The Manny Pacquiao event versus Mario has officially finished and left a lot of fans disappointed in Las Vegas. The fight took place in the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and it ended in a majority draw. I was reading some of the comments, and a lot of people were saying that Pacquiao got robbed on the fight. Other people were saying that Mario was taking it easy on Manny Pacquiao. And remember, Floyd Mayweather said if this man right here got the W, that he was going to give him a rematch. But since it's a draw now, we don't know what's going to happen there. After seeing the fight, I did see that Manny still had his combination punches, and he still has that speed that he's known for. Mario wasn't throwing that many punches, and he didn't seem to be all there. But for the people that saw the fight, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Manny won or Mario? In today's time, it's actually very difficult to tell who's out there to really win that W or who's there just to throw in the towel real quick and get that paycheck. I blame Jake Paul for this, but I'm very curious to know, what are your thoughts about all this down below in the comments? And like always, don't forget to follow for more viral news. Ciao, pescado.
While there's debate over whether Manny did enough to secure a decisive win, some people flipped the focus onto Barrios' underwhelming performance. The younger fighter failed to push the pace or make a lasting impression. His lack of aggression and minimal offensive threat surprised many viewers. Some speculated that Barrios might have been overly respectful of Manny's legacy or hesitant to go full force against a legend. Whatever the reason, Barrios' passive strategy left the impression that he didn't do enough to earn even a draw. This makes the decision feel even more questionable for those expecting active dominance from a champion.
So yeah, everybody, so this is Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So yeah, everybody, you know, Manny Pacquiao, you know, this ended in a draw. So yeah, this was a good fight, very good fight. I thought Pacquiao edged it, based off, I don't know, maybe eye-catching work, you know, but Barrios was, I would say, was slipping away halfway through 6-7, around that there, and then he came back in the last couple of rounds, but in the same time, I think Pacquiao did enough to win the fight. But it was a great fight, everybody. You know, Manny Pacquiao looked far from done in this fight. He looked fantastic, looked like Father Time didn't beat him, and he was quite impressive tonight. And more impressive than the expedition he did face in Japan not too long ago. You know, so, you know, it was a great fight. Unfortunately, there was no win put down to either fighter. It was a draw. Second draw for Barrios too. His last draw was from the Abdul Ramos. So, yeah, so this was a great fight, everybody. What do you guys think about it? I thought it was a very, very good fight. And yeah.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned.